Well, today, a tour by the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, led by the Regional Minister Henry Quartey, revealed a high level of compliance along the beaches. There was close to no one at the beach. Manuel Kranting was embedded with the team. He's joining us live with more. Hello, Manuel.
Hey.
Manuel, tell us where you have visited so far.
Great. So, Gifty, the tour started from the Air Force base of here in Accra, and then took us straight to Ada, until the beaches along the coastline in Accra, all the way through Ada, where some of the places that we visited. So we took a return trip from Ada all the way to Kokrobite. And so it's been an extensive tour of the entire coastline within the Greater Accra region, from where it starts to where it ends. 15.
Share with us your observations, Manuel.
Well, indeed, just like you said, there was a high level of compliance to the directives that were issued by the government. Indeed, we had the President, His Excellency Rodan Kwekufado, caution and indeed encourage people to stay off the beaches during the Easter festivities. That essentially was what we saw today. The Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Henry Quartey, has been telling us that, well, it's been 3 days of monitoring by the Regional Coordinating Council. Indeed, on Saturday, the compliance was okay, but not as it was today. And so it's been sort of a progressive adherence to the protocols that were outlined by government and the health authorities. So yes, not so many people were on the beaches. The only areas that we saw people on the beaches were coastal communities, which were predominantly fishing communities. So, for instance, at Teshi, at Nungwa, and then some parts of the Ada area. These were indigents who were going about their fishing duties and not, vacationing as you would on regular Easter Mondays in previous times. And so that's essentially the observation that we made today in the tour, even as we flew, over the region.
What it means is that for those who are fishing, it's all right to do so.
Indeed, that's what we got from them. You know that there's a chain, a value chain within the fishing industry. So the fishers have to go up the sea and do what they have to do, get the catch, and then bring them ashore, give to the people. Yes, Gifty, just like you explained, these are the visuals that we got from up the MI-17 chopper that we flew in this afternoon. And so not too many people at the beaches, and all the things that you see, the canoes and all of those ones are being used by fisher folks who are going up the seas to fish or are returning with their catches. And so that's been the picture. Away from the regular, expectation of people staying away from the beaches in adherence to the protocol. That's what I was outlined by the Regional Coordinating Council, the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Health Service, and indeed by the President himself. We also observed something else, which, was sort of dirt and filth along the beaches. And this has been an agenda which has been high on the plate of the mayor, and then also the Regional Coordinating Council. Indeed, the Coastal Development Authority in 2020 launched what they called the Clean Beach Campaign. And that campaign has been in force since 2020, even up until now. I put a direct question to the minister on what had become of that project, and his response was that he was yet to get briefing on that. However, closely linked with his Make Accra Work Again project, is going to put emphasis on sanitation along the coastline. And that's something that we're looking forward to seeing. In the past week, we've seen some sort of enforcement of sanitation regulation and bylaws within the Madina Lankontanai Municipal Assembly area. And this is what he says will be replicated along the beaches, Gifty.
Well, give us some more information, but talking about what went on at the Madina Lankwantanan was that police officers were asking people who were flouting rules or people who were disobeying rules to clean up, to do some cleanup. And people were reporting over the weekend that there has been some, cleanliness in the area, given that those people did that work. But this is part of, as you heard Manuel say, the regional ministers. Make Accra great agenda. And what I need to clarify is whether or not it's the Make Accra Great or Make Accra Work agenda. Well, he's indicated that he doesn't add an again. Manuel.
Yes, that's what he says. He says that
exactly. So he says it's what? Is it making Accra great
work.
or making Accra work?
Make Accra work. Yes,
making Accra work and not making Accra work again. Meaning that the past 4 years Accra hasn't really worked.
Well, that's and that's a question that we've put to him countless times, and he always sort of bounces the question back to say that, well, you have been in Accra and you have stayed here. I should be soliciting information on whether or not the city has worked, but beyond that,
it hasn't created any problem for the people who live around here.
Exactly. Yesterday, the CEO of the Environmental Protection Agency, Honorable Henry Kokofu, together with the Municipal Chief Executive, Mr. Tete, were here. Yeah. So they brought the cleaners from the assembly. Okay. So far, they've cleaned the environment and buried the dead fishes. Okay. So the dead fishes have been buried. So the situation.
So the beaches are all clean.
It's clean now currently. But then what we see is that protection. Yes. What you see now is that the seawater which is bringing the debt, as you should see. But the dead fishes are all being buried.
You have a lot of men here today.
Yes, sir.
Good. Yes, but how about the Independence Square?
Yeah. We have cleared all the place, so the place is empty now. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mother Ghana and on behalf of Mr. President, I want to thank all of you for a good job done. We started on Friday. It was a good day. I came around. Saturday was good. Sunday was good. And today is excellent. And we can only thank you for the sacrifice that you have put into this exercise, because over here, as you can see, there's nothing here. But you have so far been here in the sun, ensuring that people will comply with the directives. So we thank you very much. And as the saying goes, after this exercise, there will be more exercises for us to do. And I pray that I can enjoy the support that I've received from you so far.
So that's the regional minister there responding to the incident of dead fishes being washed ashore. Manuel, I'm back to you. We've heard from the minister himself. What else is there to share from this trip as we wrap up, Manuel?
So, and give to you reckon that at the beginning of most administrations, we have authorities go hard on the sort of ills in society. What we don't get is a sustenance of these efforts, and to put a question of whether or not this was just one of those efforts which will end in 9 days, for want of better expressions. And he says that, well, this is going to be sustained. They're expanding it to make it multi-sectoral, so that the energy minister, the fisheries and aquaculture minister, gender minister, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a sort of an interconnected web of collaboration between various sectors in making Accra work. And he's been giving details on how exactly they're going to be doing that, Gifty.
That Mr. President, in his address to the nation on Sundays, on numerous occasions, has admonished Ghanaians not, or people in this country, not to visit the beaches. As a matter of fact, as part of the restrictions on COVID-19, some ban was placed on pubs, restaurants, beaches, etc., etc. We are aware that there's a third wave of COVID-19 hovering around somewhere. And as part of the measures to ensure that there's strict compliance to the COVID safety protocols, we, on behalf of the RCC, REDSEC in Greater Accra, myself as the servant of the people in the region, embarked on an exercise that I called Operation Stay Off the Beaches, just to walk Mr. President's talk and ensure that indeed people comply with the directives. As a result of that, there was a joint, or a collaboration rather, between the security and intelligence agencies and the Regional Coordinating Council, of which the IGP, his men, the Comptroller General of Police, Immigration, the Ghana Armed Forces, all of them. They commenced operations on Friday. First day was good, second day very good, third day perfect, and today I say super excellent. You have been with me at your question. I've toured myself with my team. I toured on Friday, some parts, Saturday same, Sunday same, but today, including your good selves, we have toured from Adan all the way to Kokrobite. And if you agree with me, I can say on authority, of which I call you a witness, the media, I call you a principal witness, in saying on authority that the security and intelligence agencies have done a very, very, very good job in ensuring that there is strict compliance to Mr. President's directive. This goes without recognizing the effort and the partnership that the media has also played in this. Indeed, we called upon you to partner us in this exercise. And let me also use the opportunity to thank all the media houses, those that are doing Facebook, electronic, print, and all, for this wonderful collaboration and partnership to ensure that Accra, as I say, will work. And indeed, it has begun to work.
Well, Manuel, thank you very much. Accra is working, as you say. You saw, is it? Is it working already?
Well, I
you don't need to answer that question. You don't need to answer that question, Manuel. But you've had a good holiday, traveling with the minister, checking out all those beautiful views of our coastline, haven't you?
It was interesting doing that, and I wished for a minute to have just forgotten about the work to enjoy the tour.
Thank you very much, Manuel Quante. Happy Easter. Manuel Quante there, who has been touring with the minister, the Greater Accra Regional Minister there. He says Accra is working. Accra, he wants to make Accra work. If you agree with that, or you have any ideas of how it can work better, or whether or not it's working for you already, you can jump on our social media handle, our Facebook, our Twitter handles, share your thoughts with us.